Hey there, this is John from Lizards and Locations.
And Cotton Candy.
We have a lot of campaigns we want you guys to check out, like Strixhaven, Syllabus of Shenanigans, Pillars of Creation, Roy, aka Roots of Yggdrasil, and Mass Effect, Broker Builder, Corporate Spy.
Ooh, sounds mysterious.
Kinda is, yeah. We also have one-shots, a lot of one-shots. We also have a little podcasting where we ramble. It's called Tavern Ramblings.
Whoa.
Where can you find us?
Oh my god, find us on Instagram, Mastodon, Hive, Twitter, Blue Sky, Facebook. That's not what you meant to say.
It's not. No, I was actually saying, like, where can you see us? Where can you hear us?
Find us on YouTube and Spotify and everywhere you listen to podcasts, like Podbean, Good Pods, I don't know, Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, that stuff. Yeah, we also have a lot more content that we're going to be putting out through things like Patreon and Ko-fi.
Buy me a pizza.
That, sure. I'm making a whole new world called Dressinger.
Full of dressings?
Full of dragons, but yeah, sure, we'll put that in the back pocket. When can they find us?
Oh my goodness, on a Wednesday in the middle of the week. That would be the third day of the 10 days?
There's no 10 days here, but that's regardless. Can we roll yet?
Hi, my name's Yasmin, and I'm the DM.
Hi, my name is Samantha. I play Elora Greyvale, and she is a sorceress from the province of Nephalia.
Hi, I'm Ryan. I play Ogvar Shawfort, a goat-herding, mushroom-seeking ranger from Kessig.
Hi, I'm Rick, and I play Otto, a spring sage from Hanweir sworn to the land, wandering the plain and setting wrongs to right with Zersine companion Bojo.
Hello again, faithful followers. This episode was taken from the same recording session as last week's. As such, we are still missing our druid, who is currently off diligently casting Remove Disease on a loved one. And so, it is time to rejoin Ogvar and Elora as they bravely battle a bunch of bees. With Katerina's notes partially decoded, everything had been loaded aboard, and Genric's telescopic tower now packed up and pocketed. The Elysian Shadow departed for her 2-week trek on the thermals toward their destination of Gatstaff. With fair weather and crisp, clear skies, they drifted for days across the foul, odorous Dressic bog, and later over the overtly picturesque Lake Ospit in awe of its silent, shimmering beauty. With steady progress and perpetual piloting, the party crossed into Kessig, a landscape filled with looming forests and flaming colours that region was so famous for. Tracking ever westerly along the ridge of the eastern breakneck brought them to Hollowhenge, a perfect point for our heroes to pause their progress and conduct some essential errands, where mirrors and messages were sent back to Stagwick and supplies for the ship were sought. Presently, the party set off again on the second leg of their journey, but as most of the crew relaxed in the comfort of their cabins, a slight collision with a tree canopy brought about some very awkward bees' nests, which is where we pick up our story today. Episode 171, Bad Bee-haviour.
Okay, so top of the next round, Ogvar, you're up.
Okay, so I am on a bee.
You're on a bee.
Am I
Ogvar stepped on a bee.
Am I above the deck?
You are above the deck. You're about 10 foot in the air. You have
Okay, cool.
1, 2, 1, 3. You've got 4 bees chasing you.
Ugh.
Okay. Are they quite close?
Yeah, they're reasonably close. You'd say next round they'll probably be within stinging range.
Okay.
One of them already is, for example. Sorry.
Okay, right, so what I would like to do here, I would like to try and hit the bee I am riding on the head
Just gonna
with my
bonk it.
axe. I'm going to bonk it, yeah?
Is
I would
that
like
a
to hit-
lethal or non-lethal?
If I'm above the deck, we're going for lethal.
Okay.
So what I'd like to do... there's a method here. There's a method here.
He's got his finger out.
He's waving his hand around.
I'm attempting to be clever, so it might work or it might be very bad. So what I'd
What
like
motion
to do...
did the bee make?
I would like to hit him with my battle axe, which once a day can extrude a 10-foot radius. So I'm hopefully there's at least one or another one within that radius,
Yeah.
and they can
Definitely.
be pushed back 10 foot on a failed fortitude save if I hit.
Okay. Yeah.
And
So you've got
hopefully-
one you've got one up in your grill. The rest of them are
Yeah.
about 10 foot away. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so that can push them back. So yeah, I'd like to bonk the one on the head that I'm currently flying on.
Roll to hit and roll with advantage, please.
Okay, that's going to be a 15 plus a 13 for a
lot.
Yeah. Do I need to roll
28.
again? Do I need to roll again?
No, you hit with 28.
Okay.
Okay, so roll
what I'm,
damage.
what I'm
Oh,
hoping
sorry, yeah.
is that the one that was close by, if it fails its fortitude save, it will leave the area and I get an attack of opportunity on that one as well.
Yeah, definitely. Okay,
Okay.
so roll your damage on your bee mount first of all.
Okay, on my B mount, that's going to be a nice steady 5 points, a 4 plus a 1.
Okay, 5 points. Okay, nice. Nice.
And the other one gets pushed away if it fails a DC 16 fort save.
Okay, so we're going to make a fortitude save, and with a 3 plus 3 for 6, it's going to get pushed away. So you strike, and the wind, the force from your attack as you smash your axe into the top of the bee you're riding on, which buzzes in pain and bucks even more. The force of that kind of booms out behind you, pushing the bee, which is on your tail, away. You get an attack of opportunity, so you want to roll that for me?
Nat 1.
Well, that was worth it. Yeah, as the bee that is following you is pushed away and tumbles back to join the other 3 bees which are chasing you. Yeah, it's a bloom as it goes, like a furry bowling ball.
Nice.
And are you doing anything else on your turn?
Nope, just grabbing hold of the bee I'm rodeoing still.
Yep, excellent. Okay, Elora, you're up.
Maybe like click him like with spurs to try and G him on a bit.
I think
Be better.
Laura's still going to be shouting for Esther and Eric ever more frantically. And from where she's kind of ducking underneath the stairs, how many can she see in front of her?
You have duo. You have 3 on you.
Okay, she's going to attempt another scorching ray.
Okay.
So she's going to attempt another 3 range touch attacks on those.
Okay, will that provoke an attack of opportunity? Seeing as you are casting in melee range.
I don't
I think
know.
it will, unless you're combat casting.
Yeah, she can't back off.
Nope, you've put yourself in a corner.
What's the difference with combat casting?
So combat casting, you take a penalty on the attack roll
Yeah.
so that you cast defensively, which means they don't get an attack of opportunity because you're dodging and weaving while you're casting.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I'll give that a go. I'll try and avoid that. So I'll combat cast.
Okay, let me just check that one real quick.
Grasp it.
Okay, so casting on the defensive. You may attempt to cast a spell while paying attention to threats and avoiding blows. In this case, you are no more vulnerable to attack than you would be if you were just standing there, so casting a spell while on the defensive does not provoke an attack of opportunity. It does, however, require a concentration check DC 15 plus spell level to pull off. Failure means you lose the spell. So, basically you can, in this situation where you've got 3 opponents kind of after you, if you cast, they would all get an attack of opportunity on you. So, casting defensively means that you avoid the 3 attacks of opportunities, but you have to make a DC 15 plus the spell level concentration check to maintain the spell while dancing around the bees. Doing the BGs.
So,
Sorry.
Scorching Ray is a level 2 spell.
So it'd be a DC 17 concentration check to do that.
Oh wow.
Or
Really?
you just
Have
take
you got
3
any-
attacks of opportunity.
Do you have any ranks in concentration yet, Sam?
Yes.
Oh, good.
So what do I roll against it? It's a D20 plus my
So
concentration.
it's D20 plus your concentration to beat 17.
I'll do that.
Okay,
I'll give
so
it a go.
We'll watch.
roll the concentration check.
Okay. So my concentration bonus is 10. So the first one. Well,
Was it 6?
no, it's 5 less than that. It was a nat
Oh.
1.
Wah.
So do I have to do one of these for each?
Well, no, you're only casting 1 spell, aren't you?
Yes, but I have to do it 3 times because it's 3 rays.
No, so you have to make the concentration check to cast the spell.
Oh. Well, yes. Okay.
You're not casting 3
Fine.
spells, you're casting 1 spell which has 3 targets. So, yeah, you start trying to dance around avoiding the stingers, which are like ding, 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 and you're doing a really good job at avoiding the stingers. But as you're doing that, you're like, you're mumbling your spell and waving your hands, and you're like, fuck, I forgot where I got to, and your spell fizzles, and you lose the spell, so you can mark off the spell slot.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
That's a miss then.
Unfortunate. Do you want to do
Okay.
anything else?
Cry a little bit. No. She's going to try and make a bolt for it to the opposite staircase. I don't know. She's got to get out of there. She's boxed in. Can she make a run for it?
You can attempt to, but you will provoke attack of opportunities.
No. She's going to stay where she is and just cower.
She's
Snivel.
hunkered there with her mage armor going, fucking bees. You'd have probably
Yeah.
been better off with an AC of 20 just taking the attack of opportunities.
Probably, yeah. But hey, that's what she did.
That's your bed, you've now got to lie in it. Okay,
Indeed.
so next up is the bees. As you hear more angry buzzing. As more angry buzzing, you've disturbed a hive of bees. As
Is the
more
ship still
bees-
moving?
The ship is still moving, but it's moving
Oh, good.
quite slowly.
Is there anyone at the helm?
No,
That would have been me, wouldn't it?
it would have been Ogvar. You've hit the tree. You've slowed down because you've hit the tree. You've run over to try and figure out what the hell's going on, and then you're being swarmed by bees.
Let's just hope there's no more tall
Should I
trees.
go put a brick on the accelerator or something?
Okay, so first of all, we're going to deal with the bees on Elora. So the one bee, which is the battered bee, is going to attempt another stab at you. With an 18 is not going to hit, and the other 2 that are there are a 4 and a natural 20 plus 2.
Oh my god.
So you're
Really?
going to take, you're going to take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points of stinging damage, which is the double damage from the critical. And then you are going to roll me a fortitude save, please.
Is this me, is it?
Yeah, you're rolling me a fortitude save. You've been stung again.
God. Right, hang on. How many points of damage did I take?
8 points of damage.
8
2
points of
4s.
dam- 8 points of damage. Bear with. 8 points. Hang on.
If I knew bees were going to give you this much trouble, I'd have put them in earlier.
Right. Hang on. I'm struggling. Hang on, I've got a problem here.
Well, while she's doing
the
that, I'll
hell?
roll the attacks on you, Ogvar.
Yeah,
See
bear
bear
Okay.
with me, 'cause I don't...
So you can start off by making me a dexterity check to stay on your bee mount.
a 19 plus a 3 for a 22.
Okay, you are golden. So the bees which are behind you are going to fly up. You've now got 4 bees trying to sting you. A 19 plus 2 for 21.
That'll hit.
A 19 plus 2 for 21.
That one won't hit.
A 15 plus 2 for 17.
Yeah, that'll hit as well.
And
no.
a 6 plus 2 for 8. So you get hit by 3 bees.
Yay!
Which is going to be a 3, a 4, and a 5, 6, 7, 8 points of damage in total, and 3 fortitude saves from you. Elora, your fortitude save.
Yeah, it was a 3 plus a 7 for a flat 10.
Okay, so you take another point of damage. So you take 4 more points of damage as the stinger plunges into your shoulder, and you again feel the poison begin to seep in and the hive begin to bubble up.
So that was original 8 points plus an extra 1 point.
8 plus an extra 4.
Oh, plus an extra 4, right, okay.
So 12 cumulative.
Okay.
And Ogvar,
Just do my last fortitude save.
lovely.
It's going to be an 11, a 13, and a 16.
11, 13, 16, all pass.
Whee!
Excellent. Okay.
Nice.
As you see 2 more bees crawl over the side of the ship, their big insectoid hairy legs kind of inching over the top of the rails as they appear to be making a beeline for you, Elora.
Oh no.
If you pardon the pun.
Dear.
Okay.
Oh, behave.
Oh,
Oh.
Be leaving yourself. So
I'll
next
leave
up-
it out, honey.
You've got to be hiving a joke.
Oh, that's
So,
beautiful.
Ogvar, you're up next.
Okay, I am going to, once again, am I still above the deck?
You are still above the deck. The bee is
Good.
kind of doing circles around the deck.
Good, I'm going to try and bonk him on the head again and ride him into the deck.
Okay.
My dice keep going inside. Oh, that'll be in that 20. Hey!
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 Yes, so roll to confirm the critical, please.
That's going to be a 13 plus a 5 for an 18.
Oh, yeah, that hits. Yeah.
Ace, ace, ace. So I will do. That's going to be full damage plus a roll, isn't it? Okay, so that's
Yep,
going to be
indeedy.
an 8 plus a 7 plus a 1, so that's going to be 16 points, please. And if it's still flapping about, I'll take my second attack because I'm not doing anything else other than riding
Yep.
a bee.
Yep, it's you've made a decent kind of you've clearly cracked its carapace,
Nice.
but it is still flying, although it's now flying in very lazy, like kind of meandering, violent ways as you're hanging on for grim death. So yeah, make that second attack for me.
That's going to be a 17 plus a 13 for a 30?
That will hit, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yep.
Roll that again. That's going to be a 1 plus a 1 for a 2. Please?
2 points of damage.
Yeah.
Youch. Okay, yeah. It's looking in a very bad way now. You are beginning to lose power on the bee. It's beginning to stutter in its flight and drop and lurch. But it's still going.
Yeah, that's it. I'm going to keep holding on.
Excellent. Elora, you're up next.
Are they still right in front of me?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Can I see Ogvar from where I am?
Yeah, between the glimpses of giant fuzzy bee body, you can see Ogvar riding his bee like a champ.
Right, okay. I am going to have to do this again. I'm going to just attack them with a scorching ray.
Okay, no defensive casting, just straight on balls to the walling it.
Yeah, I'll give that a go this time. It didn't work out
Okay.
too well for me last
So,
time.
3 attacks of opportunity, a 6, a natural 20 which will hit.
How many of
Yes.
those are going to roll out tonight?
Fuck.
It's a
That's-
good die and a
That's
13.
3
So,
4 of them so far.
natural 20 will hit, dealing 4 points of hang on. Yep, 4 points of damage and provoking a Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
And
God.
then I think you've then got to make a concentration check. We'll deal with that afterwards.
Right. Okay, so that's a 19 plus a 7 on the fortitude this time. So
Right. You're good on
that's
the
a
fortitude save.
28. No,
Okay,
not
cool.
28. Yes, 28.
Are you sure?
No. Whatever it is,
Okay.
I can't maths.
You're fine on the fortitude save. You
Yeah.
now need to make me a DC 17 concentration check.
It's a 26, isn't
To
it?
avoid
DC
having
17
spell.
concentration check.
Yep, so roll die plus 10.
Okay. That's an 18 plus 10 for 28. Got it this
Nice.
time.
Okay, you're good. So the spell
Okay.
is good to go. So make me those 3
3
attack
attacks.
rolls, please.
Okay,
Yep.
so my attacks will be. Bear with.
B. Buzz
My,
buzz.
my attacks will be Scorching Ray, level 2 spell. No, it's not Scorching Ray, sorry. Is it Scorching Ray? Scorching Ray, isn't it?
Yeah, scorching ray.
Scorching Ray. Oh, my things disappear. I'm having trouble with my stuff. So, yes, hang on. Got it. Right, so 3 attacks. So that's a 7 plus a 9 for a 16 to attack for the
Hits.
first one.
Yep, hits.
Nice.
The second one is a 6 plus 9 for a 15.
Hits.
And the last one, oh my god, it's getting worse. A 5 plus a 9 for a 14.
Hits.
Oh! Okay, 3 hits. So I'll just roll the damage once, yeah?
BBB, yep.
So that's 4d6.
Incinerate the bees.
Yes, so that's slightly better. That's 14 points of damage to each this time.
14 points of damage. Lovely.
Nice.
Okay, so we're going to take... You've hardly dented these fucking bees, by the way.
Hey.
Well, I mean, Ogvar has. Nobody else has. Okay.
I have!
So you cast your spell. You release these puffs of flame that as they shoot out at the bees. The one bee, which is the one which was looking really, really ropey, which you'd already set fire to, again, just up in flames as it basically just turns into a pile of ash and some wings on the floor. The other
Just
two
goes
bees,
kind of poof.
yeah, it literally just dusts. You Thanos snap it, you know. The other two bees, you set aflame and they burn briefly before kind of puttering out as they are now singed and looking a bit worse for the wear. Okay, is that the end of your turn?
Is there any way I can get out of this? I'm still stuck under the stairs.
Run.
You could attempt to, well, you can run or you can attempt to tumble through the square. That you can make
Yeah.
a dex check to tumble through.
Yeah, she's got one hand on her hat and she's going to attempt to tumble out of there because she doesn't like the fact that she's backed into the staircase now.
Okay, let me just check the rules on that one
Tumble.
because
I've got
nobody
a
has done that
tumble.
because we don't have a rope.
I've got a tumble check.
I think
it
Ogvar
is
might
a
have tumbled
tumble check.
once.
Was that intentionally or unintentionally?
I don't think it was intentionally, no.
When he went out the
Um,
window.
Yeah. Tumble.
Mind you, you had some help with that.
I think it's in, is it 40? It's in combat movement, I'm sure it is. Move, draw, move, full round. Cast a spell. Hang on a second, was your Scorching Ray a full round action? Is it a one action spell? One round spell?
Scorching Ray. Hang on a minute. Shh. Right. Scorching Ray. It's just an instantaneous,
Okay.
no saving throw. One standard action. It's not
Okay.
a full round action. It's just one standard.
Okay, that's cool. That is A-okay. And combat round standard. Same goes initiative, speed, surprise, opportunity, and
Where the fuck is Esther?
Nighty.
tactical movement. Here we go.
Yeah,
Tactical
probably.
movement.
Is this during the day or at night?
This is the early afternoon, but as I said, they're both asleep, preparing for the night shift.
Fuck's sake. Death holes. Where's Paul? Can you not bring some pots and pans and swap? They can't exactly kill him twice, can they?
Jesus Christ. Sorry, I'm just trying to find... I know
Sorry.
there is a... No, it's fine, I suggested it, but no, I can't find it.
I can do something else. If that
no,
just
let me-
makes it easier and
yeah,
moves things on.
Hide under the stairs
Let's
again.
just see. 84. I'm thinking it might be in the most illogical
Dim
place.
door under the other set of stairs. I could dim door down to Esther's room and go, wake the fuck up!
There we go. Okay, so it's in a completely different area than you would expect. Okay, so... So the bees are flying, so they're not currently occupying the floor space. So you can tumble at 1/2 speed as part of normal movement, provoking no attacks of opportunity while doing so. Failure means you provoke attacks of opportunity normally. Check separately for each opponent you move past in the order which you pass them. So it's a DC 15 tumble check. I'm going to say you only need to tumble under 1 B,
Under one
essentially.
B.
Under 1
Okay,
B.
let's make that check then.
So tumble check for me.
Tumble check. So that is an 8 plus a 5 for a 13.
Fucking shit.
Shit.
No, you provoke an attack of opportunity, which is going to fucking hell. Another nat 20.
Oh,
I'm not
fuck
shitting
off.
you at this point. Another nat
No
20.
way.
And this die is good. I've rolled so many nat 20s with it tonight.
Is that a set that I made?
Yes.
Oh. I'll have those back.
No, you can't. No takesies backsies. As you will take another 4 plus 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points of damage. Fortitude saving throw, please.
7 points of damage. Let me take that off my score. And a fortitude saving throw. Okay.
Yep.
Oh my god. That's an 8 plus a 7 for 15?
You're safe. Okay,
God for that.
You're able to tumble out and move across the deck. You probably won't be able to make it all the way over to the other side of the stairs at the moment because you've used up like 10 foot of movement to fail tumbling through the square.
Bear with me just a second. You fucking thing, work! I'm hoping the dice will behave itself now. Sorry, move on.
Lovely. So yeah, you won't be able to make it all the way over to the other side of the stairs, but you are now kind of out of melee range with the 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4 bees that are after your ass. Okay. Are you doing anything else?
No, I think, no, so I'm still under the stairs, right?
No, you've tumbled out.
Managed to get out, right?
Yeah, and you're like halfway across the deck now.
I'm just going to sort of yell at them, stripey bastards! And that's kind of it, really. That's all that's coming to mind. She's still holding her hat with one hand, though.
Okie dokie, lovely. So, first up, we are going to have Ogvar, you are riding a bee. Make me a dexterity check to stay on your bee, please.
6 plus a 3 for a 9.
Okay, I'll make a counter dex check on that one. With a 15, the bee dislodges you.
Oh.
As you believe you can fly and as you fall from a 10-foot height. So please, unless you've got anything to stop you, you'll be taking a d6's worth of damage.
No problem, yeah, I'll take that.
Okay. That's cocked. As you take 3 points of damage as you fall onto the deck. It's a bit like a war movie scene, you know, when you see a plane go down and it's kind of spiralling, leaving a trail of smoke. That's your bee. It flips over and you end up getting dislodged as it kind of spirals down off the side of the ship and disappears. It's still still alive, but it's just kind of crashing out at the moment.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so your bee has crashed over the side of the ship. It is still alive, but it's just currently not on you. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 bees on you. So we're going to roll 4 attacks with a 5, a 5, a 16, and a 11, which isn't going to hit. Excellent. Okay, so they're probably a bit disorientated because you were 10 foot up in the air. You're now 10 foot below them, and they try and sting you, but they're too high up. Elora, you have 4 bees on you now.
Oh, joy.
As number 1 comes after you with a 15, not going to hit. 15, not going to hit. A 20
Oh, yes.
hits. And
natural.
a 6. Not a natural one, no. Dirty 20. So you will take 4 points of bee damage.
Bee damage.
And then I would like you to make me a fortitude save, please. As you hear more angry buzzing
Oh, for
rising
God's
from
sake.
below.
Right. Fortitude save. That's a 12 plus a 7 for 19.
Okay, 19, yeah, that's fine. You pass the fortitude save. As you see 5 more bees, 3 on the port side, 2 on the starboard side, rise upwards, flying above the handrails, the guardrails, as they're kind of just ominously buzzing at you. Okay, cool. And that is the end of the round. Would you like to go do the horses there, Mother?
I will. Give me 1 second to just look at something before I nap off.
Bullied by bees.
It's not going well, is it?
I might have to bring out some big guns this time. Hang on. Right. Okay.
Thing is, I don't think they're doing a lot of damage. They're just being really annoying.
I think they're doing more damage than you think they are.
For
Alright.
context, that is a CR1 giant bee.
What?
Yeah, but there's lots of them.
Hang on a minute. I started with 58 hit points. I'm down to 27.
It's a CR1 bee. They come in like... I haven't even got to the full number that they usually come in either.
Oh, Christ. Jesus Christ.
We are rubbish at D&D.
Right, yeah,
If only we had like someone who was good with animals, like a druid or something.
You're supposed to be a
Right.
ranger, mate. Okay, so, top of the round. Ogvar, you up. So, to set the scene, we have... Ogvar, you are now stood on deck. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bees clustered around you. One of them looking very injured. Sorry, no, not 5. 4 bees clustered around you. Plus the bee you were riding, which is spiralled off the side of the ship, which is very injured. Elora,
Okay.
you are stood in the middle of the deck towards the stairs with 2 burnt bees and 2 more very healthy looking bees chasing after you. And you also now have 5 more bees, 3 to the port, 2 to the starboard, which have risen up from the forest below. So Ogvar, what are you doing?
Okay. I think I'm going to have to sort of forfeit this turn a little bit. Now I'm on the deck, I need to swap to my bow. So I think that's
Okay.
going to be pretty much my action there. I will do a bit of dancing around just to keep the skirmish AC up for the moment, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So the bees are like kind of 10 foot above you.
Yeah.
You dropped out of the sky.
Nice. So yeah, so swapping weapons is my action, and moving about is my moving about action. And that's it for the moment.
Okay, so Elora, you're up.
How far away from me is Ogvar?
Probably about 20 foot. 20 foot, maybe 30 foot
Okay.
max.
Elora is
Depends how
going
much dancing he's
to
doing.
dart over to Ogvar. She's going to cover the 20 feet. She is putting a hand on his arm, and she is going to cast on him. She's also going to cast on him Mage Armor Greater. So it's a case of she puts her hand on his arm to end a Personi Maxus. And she's going to cast Mage Armor, which, because he has a +2 to his armor already, he doesn't get the bonus of +6. He'll get the bonus of +4 to his AC.
Okay.
And she will just mutter to him, "These pointless calling Eric anyway. He's terrified of bees. And that's all she's going to do. That's all she's going to do that turn.
So what was that? Extra 4 to my AC.
A 4 to your AC, yeah.
Cool, thank you.
Okie dokie. Is that the end of your turn, is it?
Yes.
Lovely. You'll be very, very glad to know that bees have a fly speed of 80 foot.
Awesome.
Bloody hell.
These are very fast giant bees. Okay, so bees are up next. What is going to happen is I will drop my good die. Apparently.
Just leave it.
What a shame.
Leave it there.
The bee which was previously being battered by you, Ogvar, is going to re-emerge flying above the guardrails again. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 bees. Which
13 bees.
13 giant bees, which are now all going to converge upon the pair of you. So I will start off with the ones that are attacking you, Ogvar. We are going to go. So, the one which is injured has just flown up. The other one, number 6, is going to do a 6 to hit.
Nope.
9 is a 13.
Nope.
10 is a 7. 11 is a 17.
Not with a mage armour, that doesn't hit, no.
Nope. A 6 is 14, and a natural 1 is 15. So that's definitely not going to hit. So on Elora, we're going to have a 4, a 20 to hit.
Yes.
Yep.
Unfortunately, meets beats.
A 7, a 18, a 18, a 13, and a 12. So only one hits you. So that is 4 points of damage and a fortitude save, please. As all these bees just converge upon you.
Okay, that is a 15 plus 7 for a 22.
22 is good, so you don't take any further damage. As all of these bees just kind of swarm and converge upon you, buzzing angrily with their giant 5-foot furry bodies. Okay, and top of the round is Ogvar. You are surrounded by bees. Literally surrounded.
Okay, so am I surrounded like 5 foot surrounded, or am I surrounded enough to get some shots off?
Literally 5 foot surrounded. They are in your space, your three-dimensional space, 5 foot around you. They are literally every square. Every hex in the air is a bee.
Hold on.
It's quite funny, really, because if you think about it, we use a hexagon grid, and hexagons are the shape of a beehive.
Yeah, that means you get more things around you.
More bees.
Yeah, more the merrier. Right, I've just got to quickly check something, so I hadn't considered them being that close to me.
No worries.
Please handbook counts.
To be or not to be, that is the bee.
Really?
Yes. Be a bee, my kingdom for a bee. Be happy, don't worry.
Okay, that's not what I wanted. Okay, so what am I going to do here? Bow is out. They've got loads of movement. This is not going well. I would say... Yeah, okay. We're going to go one use of translocation anklet to blip out of there. But I can only blip 10 foot.
That's enough to get you on the other side of the bee wall.
Yeah. And will I then be able to move away without provoking any attacks?
So if you think about it, you're stood in 1 5 foot square, the bees are in the 5 foot square next to you, and then you're moving to the 5 foot square after the bees. You would still, I'm going to say, because you're using the translocation anklet and you were literally teleporting out of there, they wouldn't be aware that you've kind of blipped and moved. So I'm going to say on this occasion it wouldn't provoke, because it wouldn't make any sense for it to provoke.
Right, okay, so I'm going to do that. I think that's an action to do that, so I've used my action. And then it's just going to be a move, which is about all I can do. No actions left. So yeah, I will use full movement to go towards the back of the deck, not towards the stairs. Maybe even, no, can I? I'm not quite sure which way I'm moving. Can I move up towards the controls of the ship?
Yeah, you can head up towards the stairs, step towards the stairs to get up to the controls,
Cool, I would do that, please.
Okie dokie, yeah, so you're probably going to be about 30 foot away from the controls by the time you finish your movement.
Yeah, I've got no actions left, have I?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, that's fine. That's all I can do then. Yeah.
Okay, and Elora, you are now surrounded by bees. Ogvar has just left you.
How far away from me is he now?
Ogvar is in the distance. He's up towards the stairs, but you can't see the bee.
Where are these bees actually positioned?
They are all
in relation
around
to
you.
me, all behind me.
No, they are surrounding you. There are 13 bees. They are all surrounding you. So if you imagine you are stood in one square, Ogvar was stood next to you. They were literally surrounding you and over the top of you. 13 bees.
Okay, I can't do that then. Okay. I am going to cast Dimension Door. So I raise my hand and a silvery tear, vertical tear opens in space, which I'm going to step through, and I am going to take myself over next to Ogvar.
Okay, so you are casting a spell which will provoke an attack of opportunity. So let's say cut in half, 13, 6. I'm going to say about 7 of the bees are going to make attack of opportunities against you.
Okay.
So 1, 19.
Miss.
2, 9.
Miss.
3, 5.
Miss.
4, 19.
Miss.
5, 14.
Miss.
6, 7.
Miss.
And 7 is a natural 20.
Again?
Bastard!
So with that, it's going to deal 4 points plus...
Petulance, that is. Just petulance.
It's going to deal 5 points of stinger damage.
Okay.
As it stings you.
Yeah.
And what we're going to say... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Oh no, it wouldn't be that one, it'd be that one. That's right, 16, 18. And then you are going to make me a fortitude saving throw, please.
Okay. Which is plus 10. No, it's plus 7, isn't it? 4. So that's a 6 plus 7 for... Ooh. 13.
13 makes it, so you're fine. And then you can make me a concentration check against what is it? It's 15 plus the spell level.
15 plus what?
So what's the spell level?
What spell?
For Dimension
sorry,
Door.
Dimension Door. Sorry. It's a level 4 spell.
A level what? Sorry.
4.
4. So you've got to make a DC 19 concentration check, please.
Okay. You. Oh. It's a 9 plus a 10, which is a 19.
You manage it. You manage it.
Pipsqueak that one.
You are dodging bee stingers from every which direction, and it is the final bee that gets you in the shoulder. The stinger pulls free and it begins to fall to the ground dead. as you feel the stinging pain, but you're able to kind of concentrate through it, finish casting your dimension door, you get that whoosh, kind of open up in space, you step through, and you are then kind of Ogvar, you hear a whoosh, and Elora appears next to you. As you are now both 30 foot away from the controls.
And you hear a which is probably Elora's bum cheek squeaking.
Charming. Okay, so bees are up next. You see 2 more bees rise from the rise from the sides of the ship. And you now, looking around, you now realise that the tree that you hit is now a little way off. But the bees are now going to swarm after the both of you. So, they are going to all fly up towards you, and they will begin to attack. So, Ogvar.
Yep.
A 10 to hit.
Nope.
A 20 to hit.
Nope.
A 18 to hit.
Nope.
12, nope. 6, nope.
Nope.
4, nope. And 10, nope. So none of them hit you.
No.
And Elora.
Yes.
A 17.
No.
A 19.
No.
A 15.
No.
A 5.
No.
And a 10. So none of them
No.
hit you. As they all kind of fly up to you, again surrounding you, and begin to buzz angrily. As you are once again surrounded by bees.
Surrounded again.
Yeah, they're chasing after you. They've chased after you. You are now once again surrounded by bees. I mean, someone had the opportunity to use a 120 foot range dim door, but chose to only go 30 foot. So, you know.
No, I had a reason for doing that.
To get surrounded by bees again.
Well, no. There was something I wanted Ogvar to do, but then she never actually said anything.
Okay, so top of the round. Ogvar, you are once again surrounded by bees.
Okay.
I couldn't go 120 feet anyway because the ship isn't that long.
Well, no, but you could have gone further, is my implication there. You
They'd
could
have still
to the
got me. If they've
controls.
got a movement of 80 feet, they'd have still got next to me.
Right. I think I'm going to try and outrun them
Okay.
in my tuned up hot rod ship.
Amazing. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to try and make my way to the controls.
Okay, so you are surrounded by bees.
Yeah. So we're going to go tumbling.
You're going to tumble. Okay, so tumble. Shit. So tumble will use double movement. So it will use. So if it's a 5 foot space to tumble through 5 foot space, it uses 10 foot of movement.
Okay.
So you'll be 5 foot away from the controls, at which point you could make a 5 foot step to get to them. Okay.
Okay, so I can tumble, then walk a little bit, is what you're saying.
Yeah. So essentially, your free movement is your 5 foot step. If
Okay,
you
yep.
tumble, if you successfully tumble out the bees, that'll give you 10 foot of your movement. Then you've got 20 foot left to move up the stairs to get 5 foot away from the controls, basically.
Cool, let's do that then.
Okay. So, would you like to make me a tumble check with DC 15, please?
Certainly try. A 9 and a 7 for a 16.
Beats it. So you dive forward into a roll, you tumble and roll under the line of bees. You stand up, you move forwards 20 foot, you are now within 5 foot of the controls.
So I can use the movement to get to the controls.
Yep, that free bonus action, yep. Move 5
Yeah.
foot, you're at the controls.
And can I give it all the beans?
You want to punch it?
Yeah.
You can most certainly punch it. Yeah.
And
You
yeah, so
begin
forwards
to
and
move-
upwards.
Okay, yeah. You begin to move the dials and adjust everything, and you feel the ship begin to respond under your hands. But it will not fully respond until next round, basically.
That's fine, yeah.
Okay.
I'm good shoot. Hold in there, Elora. We're going places.
Okay. Elora, you're up next. You are surrounded by bees.
Oh, for feck's sake. Fucking hell. Okay. Elora is casting on herself invisibility.
You are casting a spell while surrounded by bees.
Well, I've got to do something.
Okay, are you content with that course of action?
Well, no, not entirely, but I kind of feel like there's not...
Okay, well,
Actually-
you're going to go with it. No?
Oh, crap.
Yes,
Said
no,
it now,
yes,
haven't
no, yes, no, yes, no. Well, you can still change your mind.
Can I
Haven't
change my
rolled any
mind?
die yet.
I? Right, no,
Yeah.
I am going to go back and I'm going to cast Dimension Door again and I'm going to pop up next to Ogvar.
You're still casting your spell. Okay, right.
Yeah, I'm still
So-
casting. Yeah, I'm
So
still casting.
seven opportunity attacks from the bees.
Oh, God.
We have a 15,
No.
a 12,
No.
a natural 20,
Buzz off.
Again?
Jesus Christ.
another natural 20.
What is wrong with that
I know.
dice?
No, there's
I
nothing
know.
wrong with that dice. I've float tested all these dice. They are perfectly balanced.
A
I hate to say it.
17,
Yeah.
a
No.
6, which
No.
is a 8, and another natural 20. No, just joking. It's a
Fucking nightmare.
So 13 in total. Right, so with 2 natural 20s, you're going to take 8 plus 9 plus... There. So 10 points of stinging damage and 2 fortitude saves, please.
10 points of damage. And
10 points of stinging damage and 2 fortitude saves.
2 fortitude saves. Okay. Okay, that's 17 for the first fortitude save.
Okay, you safe?
And a 12 for the second.
You are safe from more bee damage. And can you please make me a DC 19 concentration check, please?
DC concentration. Okay. Oh, that is exactly a 19 again.
Okay, yeah, you're able to
So
cast a
it's
spell.
a 10 plus
Shoop.
9, or 9 plus 10,
Yeah.
should I say? Yeah.
You zoop, dimension door, you appear next to Ogvar, I'm assuming.
Yes, and this time I am going to say to him, grab the orb. Let's go downstairs. You can drive from there.
Okay, so that's the end of your turn.
Or should I say you can pilot from there?
It's the end of your turn. More bees.
Yes.
Bees turn.
Bees.
Bees will fly up to you. Bees will surround you both once again.
Jesus Christ.
As we have Ogvar, a 6 to hit. Elora, no, more Ogvar. We have a 12, a 6, a 12, Elora, a 5, a natty 1, Ogvar. We have a 16, a natty 1, Elora, a 20, dirty,
Yeah, that hits.
yep. And then Ogvar, a 21,
Meets it, beats it, yeah.
and Elora, a 10. So both of you get stung by bees. Excellent. And Elora, you will take 4 points plus a constitution save, please. Fortitude save. And Ogvar, 2 points plus fortitude save, please.
Okay,
2
Laura
points
got,
plus
a,
fort.
Laura got a nat 1 on her fortitude of a total of 8. Which is a
Shit.
fail, I would imagine.
So you are going to take another 3 points of poison damage as you begin to feel another hive, another lump swelling up.
Oh
and-
my god. Okay.
Ogvar,
Nat 20.
you're safe.
Ha ha ha.
Okay. And at the top of the round, as the ship's speed begins to kick in, you start to leave the bees in the dust as they begin to tumble away. And it isn't much longer, maybe 30 seconds, and the ship has picked up to full speed. And as you look behind you, all you can see is one bee left clinging onto the guardrail, which is being basically dragged back in the drag of the ship and the turn of the ship, as one leg comes off and then another as it tumbles off into the distance, and you leave the swarm of bees behind.
Good.
That is the end of combat.
That was a lot harder than I expected it to be.
Pun intended.
Hey!
Excellent. Okay, you've left the bees behind. They are trying to chase the ship, but they are just too slow at this point. The ship is travelling about 120, you'd say. They've only got 80. You know, you've outstripped them pretty quickly.
Good,
Thank
good,
God
good.
for that.
I know.
I'm feeling about as healthy as 1
A bee?
point.
As what? Sorry.
1 point.
What?
Really?
Yes, 1 point.
1 HP.
1 HP. Whatever HP is. I'm only feeling about 1 healthy out of 58.
Classic. Loving it.
I was about to make a move then to just dim door downstairs.
Okay. And
See, Ogvar wouldn't want to be here.
I think I had it under control.
Oh my God.
bees are fast. Okay.
Yeah.
And with that, combat is over.
Phew.
You spend the successive days treating your various hives, lumps, bumps, sting wounds.
I suppose this is where Eric gets the last laugh, is it?
And none of your crew was any the wiser. Paul was happily clanking away in the kitchen. Esther and Eric were fast asleep. Esther and Otto were fast asleep, ready for their night shift. And Jedrick and Eric were deep in the bows of the ship amongst all the moving machinery, as none of them heard any of this going on.
Well, when they wake up, Elora's obviously going to look very rough. I don't know what excuse she's going to make. Bad night.
Well,
I don't know.
it's the middle of the day, but okay. So, you spend the next couple of days recovering and travelling. You have no other major incidents. You maybe see the occasional airborne predator, which you're able to beat off as a group and you know, deal with.
Anything we see, we're just
being-
launching all the cannons off the side.
Yeah, taking the Otter approach.
Yeah.
So the next few days go relatively peacefully. It's really hard to see anything that's happening on the ground because the trees are so thick. And it is nighttime by the time you approach Gatstaff. So it is dark. And knowing that the village, the town is coming up, you've all congregated on the deck to observe your next location. Dark night, relatively clear, with a full moon that hangs low in the sky, large and silver. Below you, the trees loom like silent sentinels, casting dark shadows far below. The mist clings to the forest floor, shifting and rolling like a living thing. The air is thick with the scent of damp leaves, resin, and the distant tang of spilled blood.
Oh.
A single, mournful howl rolls through the valley, like the pealing of a broken church bell. Gatstaff itself is a tightly packed town, with aged timber-framed buildings, roofs heavy with damp and mossy thatch. Each building looks sad and saggy, as if the weight of the world presses down upon them. And you can see the layout of the town from your aerial position. And I would just drop that quickly into, if I can find my mouse, drop that quickly into the chat for you, so you can see what that's like. Yeah, that is the basic outlay of the town you see. You can see there is a large building in the centre, which looks to be a church of some kind. And there are various small dwellings, again made of wood. This very atypical style for Kessig, stone base, wooden beams, and thatch roof. There is one other particularly large building which is just off to the side of this little square which contains the church. It's a bit smaller than the church, but you can say that's probably a general gathering place, a tavern of some kind. And the entire town is surrounded with a palisade wall. And you can see there appears to be 2 entrances, one to the south, one to the north. And from your aerial position, you can see that this area is surrounded by forests. So it's farming area. You can see lots of farm ground, but it is surrounded by forests. With mountains to the northeast, which are not that far away. You can also see to the southeast of the town, or probably southeast-east, it's a little further up, a large body of water, almost like a lake.
Southeast-east, a lake.
Yep. Which it appears to be fairly still. It's reflecting the moon quite brightly. And then to the north of the town, you'd say probably about half a day's travel out, you can see what appears to be a mine of some sorts. It's into the side of a mountain. This mountain stands a little bit proud of the mountain range, and you can see that there appears to be activity having been taking place around the area recently. You can see lumber obviously shoring up entrances and various bits and bobs which would generally indicate mine activity. And that is the sight that greets you as you are coming just over the forests and heading towards the town itself. What would you like to do?
I do believe we need to find somewhere to park the boat.
Do you think that we should? Do you think that we should stop it sort of outside of town? I mean, do we know how common airships are?
Yeah, nobody has ever seen an airship before.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't think that we should make a big display of this. Firstly, for security. Secondly, well, nobody's ever seen one of these before. To the best of my knowledge, anyway. I've never seen one.
Oh, yes. I think I'll be right, but they might burn you at the stake.
So what I will say is the grotto, this lake which you can see, is a little bit into the woods. You'd say it's probably about half a day away from Gatstaff. It's in the woods. It's hidden by trees. I will say that, and I will send you a little quick pic of a rough drawing of it, just so you've got the context of where things are roughly.
Okay, yeah.
There's that lake over there that we can see, but is it a lake as in no tributaries run into it? It's just a lake that we can see.
Yeah, it is like a vaguely triangular shaped lake.
Well, there's that lake over there. I can't see any tributaries running into it, which means if we park it on the lake, anyone looking at it is going to think it's a bit weird that there's a boat popped up, but at least it would be on water and not obvious that it's something that nobody's seen before. Just a thought.
Sounds reasonable. I'll pop it down there if you want.
I mean, it's screened by trees, isn't it? There's trees around the lake, I think, by the looks of it.
There might be some people come fishing, but hey ho. Just take it as it comes. You want it in the water, or on the water, or by the water?
I think perhaps sit it like a boat in the water, maybe.
Okay, I've not much had much
You know,
practice
more
at the parking, but I'd certainly give it a go.
Kind of near the edge of the lake, if you know what I mean. It makes it easier for us to come and go.
Okay.
Maybe. Unless
So
you
I'll
feel...
attempt to do
Unless
that.
you feel that it would be safer in the centre of the water, because you can see anybody coming,
Okay.
anyone that's curious.
Oh, she's gone. I can't hear her.
Yeah, I think she's...
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you now. You keep on dropping in and out.
Sorry, I'll try that again. You could park it in the centre of the lake if you wanted, for security, I suppose. At least then if anybody attempts to come over to the ship, we're going to see them coming over.
You dropped again.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, you dropped again. It's security.
You could park it in the middle of the lake as security, I suppose. Or you could park it near the edge, or maybe if we disembark it, somebody that stays aboard should perhaps move it into the centre of the lake for security. I don't know. What do you think? You're from this region.
Yes, I see nothing wrong with parking it in the lake. As long as we can get out and whatnot, I'll just pop it down there.
Yeah, okay, that seems fine to me. What do you reckon, Esther?
Oh, yes, dearie, it seems as good a place as any. Everywhere else is too foresty to hide it.
Esther?
Yes, dearie?
I'm really sorry, but I'm really not feeling very well. I think I'm probably a bit airsick or something. Actually, how many days has it been since...
What?
How many days has it been since the bee fight?
Try again.
How many days has it been since the bee fight?
It's probably been 2 or 3 days.
Oh, right, so I would have regained my hit points then.
Yeah, you'd probably be
okay.
back up to full strength.
Fine.
You still probably got some nasty, holes where the stingers have gone into you, but they've, you've patched up fairly quickly.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, well, we could do that then. Ogvar. What do you think, Esther? Genric?
Oh, yes, I'd say pop it down there.
Okay. Well, over to you, boys. You guys are flying the thing. Piloting it.
Okay. So Ogvar will just attempt to park it with Eric's help.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you're pretty much au fait with how the ship's working, and you're able to drop it down into the water pretty damn quietly. There's not a lot of splash. You're not hitting the water surface. You're able to plop it down pretty gently, and the boat is now afloat on the water.
Right.
So, are we getting out? Team?
I'd say so.
Go see what Gutstav has to offer.
Elora will offer to dim door anybody off the ship that wants to go.
Okay.
Okay. You are... So, it is the middle of the night right now.
Oh.
Well, does everybody want to wait until morning? I mean, I'm not quite sure where Hans Reinhardt actually is. Apparently he has an observatory. Genric, perhaps this is something that, calling in the middle of the night is not really ideal, is it?
Yes, it's not really good manners, but it's been several years since I've seen Hans. We've communicated via letter and whatnot, but it's been a while since I've been over this neck of the woods, so I don't know if he's still got the old observatory or whether he's changed it up again.
Oh. Is his observatory a bit like your tower then?
No, nothing so magnificent as my tower.
Elora will laugh. Well, yes, your tower really was rather magnificent. I did mean to say to you I was absolutely amazed at how that, I don't know whether you'd call it packs away, really. Folds up, collapses, minimises. I don't know what you would call it.
Yes, it's very convenient to erect.
I certainly couldn't argue that point. It's impressive. Very impressive.
That's what they all say.
Elora's just going to look at Esther and raise her eyebrow that she hasn't trimmed for a couple of days. The hair's just going to shuffle slightly in the breeze on her eyebrow.
Like a caterpillar.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, you look at Esther and Esther is looking at the lake.
Okay. Okay, so what does everybody want to do? Do you want to wait till morning then? Is this... I guess we're going to need you to introduce us, Genric. We can't really go marching in there. It's much better if we've got you to lead the way, so to speak.
Well, how about we all get a good night's rest here, bobbing about on the water, and then in the morning we can get off the boat and go into town and find out where he resides, whether he's still in the observatory or whether he's moved anywhere, and we get a bit of a feel for the town and find out where we're going.
I personally think that's an excellent idea. She's going to pick up Orland. Orland, I think all this calls for a celebration. We've reached our next destination. God, it's been a long time. It's been a long journey. Perhaps pass us some pastries out. I'll take a dozen pastries out, and maybe Paul can whip us up something to eat. What do you reckon? Have a good meal together.
Okay, pastries coming right up. As he chucks up some pastries.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, so you're able to spend a pleasant evening aboard the ship. Paul cooks you a very nutritious and delicious dinner, including some fresh caught fish he's pulled out of the lake. Not literally, he did go fishing for them. And yeah, you have a lovely dinner together. And Otto kind of turns to you guys and he says, Ogvar, is there any important etiquette that we need to know when going into Gatstaff? You would know as a Kessigan, wouldn't you?
Oh, yes. I seem to remember he pulls his silver goat's horn around his neck with the threat of werebeasts and such around the place. You do tend to show a bit of silver before you engage in polite conversation, just to prove you are not touched by the werefolk, as they say. It's quite something we like to enforce and reassure people of, especially as we are all relative outsiders.
Very interesting. As you finish up having your meal, and you go to bed, are you going to set a watch, or are you just happy, content that floating in the middle of the lake you will be safe?
Probably should have a watch, shouldn't we?
Yeah, I don't think Elora would be too confident, even though she's concerned that they've got this huge boat. It's in a bit of a strange place, although it is on the water. And although it's forest all around them, she doesn't know the area.
Elora takes first watch then.
Elora can have first watch. She'll watch till midnight.
Yeah. Ogvar will help out as well, no problem.
Yeah, so you'll set up a watch rota and you have a pleasant evening aboard the ship.
With the sorceress secreting herself under some stairs, and the rodeo ranger being bucked off his bee, it was time for this tag team to change tack. Putting his proverbial foot down, it was a need for speed that would eventually put pay to the irritable insects as the ship heaved herself towards the horizon, leaving their troubles behind. Days of downtime followed, and it was under the light of a full moon that the team slipped quietly into the airspace above Gatstaff. As always, thanks for being with us, folks. Join us again next week for episode 172. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you've got the time, why not leave us a review?